68-year-old Henry and Denise Walker finally retired. 40 years of work, sacrifice, bills, long nights. Henry, former truck driver. Denise, school cafeteria worker. Nothing fancy, just honest people. Their dream? Peace. A quiet home, somewhere to grow tomatoes, watch sunsets, spoil grandkids. So they moved into a quiet, gated neighborhood in South Carolina. Big houses, perfect lawns, mostly white residents. At first, people smiled, waved, acted polite, until they actually moved in. Then came the stares, the whispers, and one woman especially, Linda Mercer, president of the HOA. Perfect hair, perfect clothes, cold smile. She watched everything. One morning, Henry was watering flowers, Denise planting vegetables. A black SUV stopped. Linda stepped out, clipboard in hand, didn't smile, didn't introduce herself, just looked around, then at them. "Can I help you?" Henry smiled kindly. "Morning." Linda narrowed her eyes. "Actually, pause. What exactly are you doing here?" Denise blinked. "We live here." Linda laughed. "Short, cold. No." She pointed at the house. "People like you don't buy homes in this neighborhood." Silence. Henry stiffened. "Excuse me?" Linda crossed her arms. "Are you landscapers?" Denise's face dropped. Henry looked away for a second. That old feeling again. Humiliation. Familiar. Then Linda pulled out her phone. "I'm calling security." Henry stayed calm. "Ma'am, we own this house." Linda smirked. "We'll see." And within minutes, police arrived. Fast. Way too fast. Two officers stepped out, hands already near their belts. Linda pointed dramatically. "Those are the trespassers." Neighbors started watching from windows. Phones out. Whispers. Officer Daniels approached. "Can we see ID?" Henry calmly walked inside. Grabbed papers. Mortgage documents. Driver's license. Address matching the house. Simple. Done. But Linda wouldn't stop. Fake documents happen all the time. Denise looked shocked. "Are you serious?" Officer Daniels hesitated. Then, unexpected twist. A teenage neighbor started filming. He whispered, "This ain't right." Linda got louder. "This community has standards." The whole street froze. Everybody heard it. Even the cops looked uncomfortable. Denise quietly wiped tears. "We worked our whole lives." Henry gently grabbed her hand. But then, something weird happened. An older man from across the street walked over. Slowly, shaking his head. "Linda." Silence. "Do you even know who owns this land?" She rolled her eyes. "The HOA." He laughed. Actually laughed. "No." He pointed at Henry. "His family." Everything stopped. Turns out, Henry's grandfather once owned over 200 acres of farmland. Land nobody wanted decades ago. Eventually, developers bought most of it, but the Walker family kept ownership rights to part of the original land agreement, including the land under the gated neighborhood entrance, and a percentage of community lease revenue. Linda had no idea. Neither did half the neighborhood. Then, the teenage neighbor uploaded the video. Title: HOA President Calls Police on Black Couple Living in Their Own House. 3 million views. Then 8 million. America exploded, especially after people heard Linda say, "This community has standards." Civil rights groups stepped in. News channels showed interviews. Neighbors started speaking out. Then, bigger twist. Former residents revealed complaints against Linda, targeting minorities, harassing families. Selective enforcement. Same pattern, over and over. The HOA board panicked. Emergency meetings. Lawyers involved. Sponsors pulled community partnerships. And suddenly, Linda disappeared from public view. 1 week later, emergency HOA meeting. Packed room. Neighbors everywhere. Media outside. Linda sat quietly. No confidence now. No attitude. Just fear. The board president stepped forward. "We failed the Walker family." Linda was removed immediately, pending discrimination investigation. The room stayed silent. Then, Henry stood up. Calm. Strong. No anger. No jilling. He looked around. "My grandfather bought land here." Pause. Back when people said black families couldn't build anything. Silence. We didn't fight to belong here. He looked directly at Linda. We built here. Nobody moved. Denise squeezed his hand. Even some neighbors cried. Then, unexpected moment. The teenage boy who filmed everything stood up. Mr. Walker, voice shaking. I'm sorry adults acted like this. Henry smiled. Softly. You did the right thing. 3 months later, Henry and Denise started a neighborhood scholarship fund for kids from working families. And near the community gate, a small sign appeared. Everyone belongs here.